Well, Mastercard wants to make paying for things online a little prettier. Instead of relying on traditional passcodes, the company wants to use selfies to help users pay for things. So Mastercard announced that it has some new mobile technologies that will allow customers to authenticate their online purchase with fingerprints or selfies. Elliot, are you ready to pay for things with your face?
A picture of my face. What's to stop someone creating a picture of me using Photoshop and somehow stealing my identity in inverted commas, masquerading as myself?
So they've thought about this. They've thought about these clever hackers that are like, ooh, I'm going to take a picture from your Instagram and use it to have access to all your money.
Right.
So basically what happens is you have a picture of your face that they use for reference, and you take that, you store it in your app along with whatever credit card information you have that's attached to the card.
Right.
And anytime you want to use this method to authenticate your purchase, you have to take another selfie, but you have to blink. And so it's the act of blinking that lets them know that you are a real person taking this picture and it's not a pre-used
Yeah, because that's not hackable. There's no one's going to be able to figure out in a video format. I mean, come on, it's just like get the Photoshop just to do that. If a $10 doll, you can just tilt a little $10 doll and opens and closes her eyes, I'm sure some clever hacker somewhere is going to be able to figure that out in a heartbeat.
I mean, we're going to start seeing identity theft of a very interesting magnitude right now. You know, you have these instances. Anybody that has an iPhone now knows that with the fingerprint scanner, you can use your fingerprint to pay for a variety of things. So that's like baseline one. You want to use biometric scanning, we're going to use your fingerprint.
Right.
But now Mastercard is looking into iris scanners, heart rate monitoring that they can use as an authentication, because all of this is, to their point, what they're saying is all of this is safer than a passcode or a password, because people generally tend to use easily guessable or easily hackable information. And so since hackers are becoming so aggressive, stealing people's passwords that you may use for Facebook and for your bank account or something of that nature, or your passcode is 1234, what better way to secure your finances than with your face?
Is your password 1234?
No, my password is not 1234.
Okay, I'm just checking. Whose password is 1234? I don't think they allow you just to use 1234. I've never known that. But okay, so this is very troubling because hang on a second. Let's go back over it. A number of things. Heartbeat. You're going to be able to. I'm going to be able to verify my identity by using my heartbeat.
This is something that's still sort of out there, along with the the retinal scanner of using that to authenticate. But this is other technology that they're looking into, because with wearable technology, if you have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or any of these things that are sort of monitoring your heart rate that are connected to your smartphone, effectively they're trying to figure out how to leverage that technology to be used as a password of some sort.
That would imply that everybody's heartbeat is sufficiently unique and distinct to do that. Otherwise, it's just one of those. And it also implies that the technology that's registering the heartbeat is going to be sufficiently sensitive to actually be able to discern that. Because let's not forget, wasn't it that thing with the iPhones and the thumbprint? The people were just using it against their boobs. When they're doing that, and they're just like, oh, I can use my boob instead of my thumb. So, I mean, it's not without its flaws. Am I right?
I know people that use their toes. They have their toe print registered in their iPhone or their iPad to...
Only in Southern California. Right, okay, fair enough. Yes, I mean, this is troubling because what this means is that there's yet increasingly large amounts of personal information that's stored, centrally stored up in the cloud or wherever, and you're just giving up yet more and more aspects of your personality that are going to be vulnerable. And I don't buy this whole thing that it's like the passwords are too easy for people to hack. Some people have very complicated passwords. They're not all the 1, 2, 3, 4s. I think it's just laziness, and it's just, and that's okay. But it is. Let's just call it what it is. It's laziness on the part of people. I don't like having to remember a bunch of different passwords. I'm constantly forgetting them. It's super annoying. It's super irritating. But I can't think that having my photograph, a picture of myself, and my thumbprint, and all of my personal information, all nicely centrally attached to my credit card. How is that safe? Just up in the cloud? That can't be safe.
It's the future. You know, these sci-fi films where, you have, you see, what was it, in Demolition Man? I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but Wesley Snipes' character takes out the eye of one of the other scientists to sort of get past the retinal scanner. Right,
and in Minority Report as well. And I'm going to say there's a common theme with those films. Nothing, not only the Demolition Man, but nothing ever good happens. Nothing ever good comes of it.
Well, over the next few months...
It's a dystopian view of the future, and we're advocating it and going, yeah, this is great because it happened in a film.
Well, you know, people think it's cool. I personally agree with you. I think it's way too much information that I may or may not be willing to put on a device that I could lose or could be stolen. If the FBI has their way and forces Apple to build this backdoor into the phones, this is all information that the government can have on me.
Right, and it's all going towards, so all of these, you know, dragnet, talk about dragnet surveillance. This is just another example of this creeping. And the sad thing is going to be, the reality is that people are going to voluntarily give that information up, so that you have no real comeback. It's just then that information can then be misused, or that information can then be acquired by nefarious individuals. It's extremely troubling.
Yeah. Well, if you want to use Mastercard Selfie Pay, you have to download a special app that will allow you to connect your face with your credit card. But over the next few months, this will be rolling out in banks across the UK and the US and some European countries. So we hope you are ready to start paying for things with your face.